Halo Infinite just released early and it is a complete unplayable disaster, at least on PC. Let's talk about it. Before that, this video is brought to you by the Lepow Portable Monitor. The Lepow Monitor is a USB-C and HDMI 14-inch 1080p 60Hz portable display that's perfect for those who are on the go. With its slim, lightweight design and IPS screen capable of displaying 16.2 million colors at a 178-degree viewing angle, you'll have no trouble working with this display whether you're in the comfort of your own home or traveling. Not only that, but it comes with built-in speakers and is compatible with PC, Mac, smartphones, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and more. So if you're looking for a good portable monitor, be sure to click the link in the description below. So yeah, just yesterday, to everyone's surprise, Halo Infinite's multiplayer did indeed release early, and so of course my friends and I went ahead and tried it out, and what we found, guys, definitely shocked us because we have been looking forward to Halo Infinite for a long time, and like many of you, we've been very excited for Halo Infinite because everything that they've been talking about has basically been what we've been asking out of Halo for a long time. I know that for me specifically, I've been playing Halo for a very long time. I played Halo 1 all the way up to Halo 5 and now Halo Infinite, and so like many of you, I have been frustrated and understanding of many of the issues that other players have been frustrated with when it comes to Halo 4 and Halo 5. But with Halo Infinite, with everything that they've been talking about and everything that they've been showing, it's been looking incredibly promising. So yes, I've been extremely excited for it. I definitely was participating in all of the betas, and I did see some red flags, and unfortunately, guys, yes, many of those concerns that I had over the beta that I played many months ago did indeed make their way into the PC version of Halo Infinite. Now, what exactly is the problem with the Halo Infinite port on PC? So, first of all, before we talk about the problems, real quick, I just want to talk about everything that I do like about Halo Infinite. I really like the art style. I think it's just exactly what I wanted out of Halo. It's really like right back to the roots. It definitely reminds me of like Halo 3 and Halo Reach, back when I felt like their art design was at its best. On top of that, the new 4K graphics look absolutely incredible. The movement's really good. The gunplay is actually really good as well. I like the new additions of the new weapons. I think they feel very satisfying when you're in a match and everything is running right, which that's the key word. When it's running right, it is actually just like a really awesome experience, and I can definitely see how Halo Infinite could be the next big game if you're looking for a fun multiplayer experience with your friends online. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to really like about Halo Infinite, but unfortunately, there's one really big problem that's facing Halo Infinite right now, at least on PC. It might not be the case on console, but on PC, that makes it basically unplayable. Now, what is that issue? The issue is that unfortunately the frame pacing is just atrocious. Now, what is frame pacing? So just to give you an example, guys, I might be running Halo Infinite at 120 FPS. I'm locked at 120 FPS, and on any other game that would feel incredibly smooth. It would feel really, really good because I got G-Sync working. It's on a really low input latency display, and so everything just feels and looks really, really great. But with Halo Infinite, because it has bad frame rate pacing, even though it's delivering 120 frames per second to my display, sometimes the timing in which it displays the next frame is not when it should actually be sending that frame, and so then therefore you end up getting kind of a juddery, stuttery mess that not only looks bad but feels really, really bad. In fact, I'm going to show you some footage here, and at least in my opinion, I can even see it in the footage, but when you play it, it's a whole different experience because, yes, again, although I am getting 120 FPS, it almost looks like I'm getting like 60 FPS, and it feels like I'm getting just this horrible mangled experience, and guys, it is completely unplayable. I had to stop playing because it was actually starting to feel nauseating after a little while, and of course, that is not going to cut it in any game, and especially in an FPS game. So I'm extremely disappointed in 343 for releasing this in the state that it is. I have tried absolutely everything to try and fix this. So before you go ahead in the comments and say, you know, try and change this setting or that setting, trust me, I've tried it. I can even go through and show you all my settings. I've tried going from low settings to ultra settings. I've tried enabling and disabling asynchronous compute. I've tried going into windowed and windowed borderless, which, by the way, I think this is a big problem and a main reason as to why they're having such a frame pacing issues because we actually don't have an exclusive full screen option within this game, and I think that is an absolute necessity for any game that's coming out in 2021, and especially, once again, an FPS type of game. We absolutely need to have exclusive full screen. If you don't have exclusive full screen, you're going to get much worse performance, and this is something that absolutely needs to be implemented when the full game officially releases on December 8th. If it isn't implemented by then and they haven't fixed these issues by then I'm going to give a really damning review of this game on December 8th. It will be basically a 0 out of 10 unplayable type of review because I'm not playing a game that's going to look and feel terrible to play. I can see the potential that's going on here, and I really think that it would play, really good if you played it on something like an Xbox, but on PC right now, at least with an NVIDIA card and an Intel CPU, on a system that runs every single other game flawlessly with no issues whatsoever. It doesn't matter if I'm overclocking, if I'm not overclocking. It just doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter if I, turn off motion blur. It doesn't matter if I, disable mouse acceleration or enable it. It doesn't matter what I do, what settings I change. This game looks and feels absolutely terrible to play. I can't play it for more than a few minutes. The input latency within the game feels absolutely atrocious as well. So you're getting bad frame pacing, and when I try and move my mouse from left to right or hit the keys to move, it also feels like there's just a massive delay before anything actually happens on screen after I go ahead and click a button or move my mouse, which is just absolutely unacceptable. So overall, guys, if you're, planning on playing Halo Infinite, unfortunately, in its current state, it is completely unplayable, broken mess on PC. 343 should definitely be ashamed of themselves and disgusted with what they've put out on PC because there's just so much potential there, and it's so frustrating that it's been completely ruined by, what appears to be just a few things that need to be fixed before it releases. Unfortunately, I don't know if it'll actually be able to be fixed by the time it releases. Hopefully, we're playing on like an old build or something. I don't know if that's the case. So yeah, right now, it's an unplayable disaster. Don't play it on PC. If you want to give it a try, I would highly suggest playing it on something like an Xbox. I haven't had a time to test it yet, but I am going to be testing it on the Xbox Series X in the near future here, and maybe I'll give you guys a quick update if you're subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, make sure that you are, so that I can go ahead and give you guys an update on whether or not 343 does actually fix this and whether or not it actually plays better on the Xbox as well. But as for right now, it's just an absolute disaster. But hey, that's just what I think. Is Halo Infinite running good on your machine, or is it running like an absolute disaster? Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below, and of course, I'll see you in the next video. If you made it to the end of the video, be sure to drop a like. Every time you do so, AMD and NVIDIA get more stock. Also, if you want to see more, click here. You won't be disappointed.